Today, we are diving into one of my all time favorite topics, and that is repurposing content that you already have into a freebie. And that is right. I just said that. I am talking all about how you can create a valuable resource that will entice your audience to sign up for your email list and build a loyal relationship with them. But don't you worry, creating a freebie doesn't have to be a super daunting task. In fact, with what I'm sharing with you here today, you can repurpose content that you already have into a really irresistible freebie in no time. So, stick around for the rest of this episode as I walk you through a very simple process that I have utilized within my own business and that I utilize with my clients as well to repurpose your content and to create a high quality freebie and promote it to the right people that you are looking to bring into your business. So, get ready to grow your email list like never before, and let's go ahead and do it. Okay, now let's first start off with the basics. And you might be wondering, if you are a new business owner, what even is a freebie? Or you've heard people talk about it before, you know that you need one, and you don't know how to do it at all. So, a freebie is any type of content that you are, giving away in exchange for someone's details, typically their email address. So, the idea behind offering a freebie is to entice people to sign up for your email list so that way you can continue to engage with them and build a relationship. And it is a whole other topic, whole other episode for me to be sharing about why you need an email list. But if you are looking to go ahead and start and create an email list, then doing so, the best way to do so is with a freebie. And I'm sure you have probably put in your own information and downloaded a whole bunch of freebies before as well. So this is something that you don't have to think and feel like sleazy about doing at all. This is something that like literally everyone does as a business owner. This is part of the game to be able to build a new platform, and that is your email list. So here is the juicy part for you. Creating a freebie does not have to be a huge undertaking. In fact, you can repurpose content that you already have to create a fabulous freebie in no time. Like literally, it'll hardly take you any time at all. So let me give you a couple of different examples. So let's say that you have a blog post that you have shared. What about 10 tips to manifest a goal, something like that. You can repurpose that blog post into a freebie by, giving people a printable checklist that they can use to track their progress towards that goal, give them in more information, all of those things. So here's another example. If you have created like a YouTube video series that is out there on YouTube about a certain topic, you can repurpose those videos into bite-sized smaller videos to have as like a free email video series that happens over the course of like 5 days. You could transcribe those videos into text, break them down into bite-sized lessons that you deliver to someone over your email list. So there are so many different options of what you can do. Specifically in this episode, I'm going to be focusing more on the like PDF checklist style type of freebies rather than like a video series or doing a free audit for someone in exchange for them joining your email list. I mean, there's so many different freebies that you can do, but for the purpose of this episode, I will be talking about how to make, like a PDF freebie opt-in. So now you're like, okay, this all sounds fabulous, Anna, but how do I actually create the damn thing? So that is what I'm going to be sharing with you today in my very simple process that I have. And in the very first step, you first need to figure out what content you are going to repurpose from. So you need to choose a piece of content that you already have, whether that is a blog post, a social media post that you've shared, a video that you've shared, a podcast episode. You've got all the content in the world that you've been posting to choose from. So anything that is valuable and relevant to your ideal client, that is a piece of content that you want to choose to repurpose from. So it could be content that has performed really well in the past. content that addresses like a common pain point that you think that your ideal client is struggling with, or, a challenge that your ideal client could be facing. And another thing that you definitely want to keep in mind when you are choosing your piece of content is to consider what your end goal is with what you are trying to get them to do. What do you want that freebie to achieve? Do you want it to just attract new subscribers to your email list? That's really what you're trying to do. Are you trying to provide value to them, like real tangible value? Are you trying to, funnel them into a specific offer that you have? Because all of those different things will determine the type of the piece of content that you are repurposing from. Because if you are trying to funnel them into a specific offer that you have, you want to make sure that that freebie is relevant to what that offer is. Considering these questions and answering them can help you choose a piece of content that aligns with your goals and resonates with your audience. So, how I recommend you do that is, go through a couple different platforms that you've been showing up on. I'm going to use your social media feed as an example because I think that is most common for people. And that is what I use, where I find a lot of juicy pieces of content that are just sitting in a graveyard on an Instagram feed that definitely can be repurposed. So, especially, I would recommend you to look through carousel posts that you have and Instagram lives that you have, because I know the big trend right now is to be sharing carousel posts that are, like 6 tips to do this thing, or in an Instagram live, you're sharing a bunch of tips on how to do something. So anything like that where you have a lot of juicy information packed into one thing, that is where I would recommend you start as a piece of content to repurpose from. So from there, once you are choosing your piece of content, you then need to determine what format you want your freebie to be. So like I said, you can have it be a checklist, a like cheat sheet, it could be a guide, it can be journal prompts, it could be meditation scripts, an email course, it could be a whole entire webinar, it could be a guide, it could be a template. It really just depends on what that end goal is that you want from your freebie, what your business is itself, what you think that your ideal clients are looking for in a freebie, all of these different things. So consider those when you're determining what type of format it is that you want to have your freebie be. So now on to step number 3 is you need to actually then go and create the content. So to repurpose your existing content, start to review that original piece that you are repurposing from. Identify what the key points, what the key takeaways are, and then think about how you can present that information in a new, interesting way that you know your audience will love. So this could involve editing it, condensing the content down, adding new information in, presenting it in a totally different format, doing a little bit more research, especially if it is a topic that maybe you shared on a while ago, you've got new insights on. Definitely look into refreshing that and getting more information in there as well. So, for example, if you are turning a blog post into a checklist, you would extract those key tips from the post and present it as, like a series of steps and have little checklist things next to them. Or if you're turning, like I said earlier, a video series into an email course, what you could do is transcribe those videos into bite sized lessons, deliver that into an email that goes out to them over the course of a couple of different days. And so while you are actually creating the content, it's also really important to make sure that it is also like visually appealing to be reviewing, to be consuming. And so this could be obviously making it pretty, having graphics on there, having different visual elements. So it's not just, all text or whatever that may be. And also, please do not forget to add a like call to action page at the end of your freebie. This is an invitation for them to sign up and do the thing that you want them to do. So this could be having your Instagram or your social media links on there, having your website on there, having a short bio about yourself, whatever that may be, because you have to think that people are downloading this. If it is an opt-in, if it is a PDF, people are downloading this and they're downloading it to their computer. So they are not going to remember what website they were on to find it or what Instagram profile they were on to download it, whatever that may be. So make sure you have information in there as to how that person can contact you in the future. If months down the line, they're like, oh, yeah, I downloaded that thing that was about how to do this. Let me look back at that. Maybe they want to hire you just to freaking do it just for you to do it. Maybe they have more questions for you. I don't know, but have your contact information on there so they can come back to you. So, that tangent aside, the last step that I have for you to create a freebie that is repurposed from content is you, of course, then need to promote it. Don't spend the time to go out and create this thing and then, like, not even tell people that it's out there in the world. Once you have created the freebie, you need to get it in front of your target audience and in front of your ideal client and the people that you have made it for. So use all of the different marketing channels that are available to you. Put it all over your social media, put it on your podcast, put it on your blog, put it on your website, put it in the link in bio that's on your, Instagram profile thing. You can even put it out to your email list. Like if you already have an email list, send an email promoting the new freebie, because if the purpose of that freebie is to get someone to do an offer or do a service with you, then that is still relevant to them 100%. So, like I said, you could also consider collaborating with other people who are in your niche or who are in the business world. If you have other business friends, collaborate with them to, share your freebie, talk about it on any like guest opportunities that you do. Like if you go on to a podcast, if you go into a membership, if you do a summit, you do anything and they let you plug in a offer or anything, have it be your freebie, get it out there. Just make sure you are actually taking the time to get it out there into the world once you have created it. So, by promoting your freebie to a variety of different channels, incorporating it into your marketing strategy, into your content strategy, you can definitely reach a wider audience and attract new subscribers to your email list, because that is very, 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 very important thing to do. So, keep testing these different like strategies that you're doing to get people pushed over to this offer until you find, what you feel like is working best for you and for your audience as well. And honestly, there you have it. That is my simple process to repurposing content that you already have sitting in your graveyard into a freebie. What are you waiting for? This was a short episode. Go ahead and take time now to dig through your archives of what you have, start creating an amazing freebie that will attract new subscribers and grow your email list, because that is definitely something that needs to be on your priority list for 2023 if it isn't already. So I really hope that you have learned something new from this episode, because, like I said at the very beginning, this is something I'm very passionate in doing. I love helping my clients with this because a lot of times they don't even realize that they have content sitting there that they could create multiple freebies for that could tie into, funneling into multiple different offers. So this is literally what the power of content repurposing can do for your business. So go ahead, get looking through your content, see what you can create for a freebie. And yeah, let me know once you create your freebie, let me know what it is. Go ahead and send me a message over on Instagram at AnnaSchildVA. You can send me an email. You can find that on my website, AnnaSchildVA.com. Or there's a way you can do like a fun voice note thing here on Spotify. You can reply to this message, send me a voice note. Would love to have a conversation with you about how this process went for you to create your freebie. So, yeah, I really hope you learned something new. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. And until next time, keep creating fabulous content. That is what I have to share with you. Bye.